Have you ever wondered how do people become rich? Is there a formula to become rich? In this video, let's learn the formula by summarizing the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in the end, let's learn the secret of how rich people avoid paying taxes. The author of the book, Robert Kiyosaki, was born in Hawaii in 1947. He had two fathers, one was educated and poor and the other one was uneducated and rich. Wait a second, isn't it biologically impossible to have two fathers? That's true. Robert's real father was highly educated and intelligent. He was a school teacher who struggled to pay his bills and constantly blamed the government for paying him less. He is the poor dad. Rich Dad never finished 8th grade and was a very successful businessman. Rich Dad was actually his best friend Mike's dad, who was also like a father to Robert. Both men were successful in their careers, working hard all their life. Both earned substantial income. Yet, one always struggled financially. The other would become one of the richest men in Hawaii. One dad leaving tens of millions of dollars to his family, charities and his church, and the other left bills to be paid. The difference between them was their knowledge on how to handle money. Rich Dad taught Robert 3 very important lessons to get wealthy. Using these lessons, the author Robert Kiyosaki is a very wealthy man today with a net worth of $80 million. Lesson number 1. The rich don't work for money. Most people work very hard for little money, hoping that they don't get fired. We work hard every day of the month, and once we get the paycheck, we go out and buy all wonderful things that we desire with our salary. We buy expensive toys, gadgets, and a house thinking that it is an investment and pay EMI every month until we die. The pattern is then set. The pattern of getting up, going to work, paying bills, getting up, go to work, pay bills. This is called the rat race. Let's learn how to exit the rat race. First, to become wealthy, you must know the difference between an asset and a liability and buy assets. Rich people acquire assets. The poor and the middle class acquire liabilities that they think are assets. The difference is really simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. In the diagram, we can see the cash flow pattern of an asset. Remember, asset puts money in your pocket. Nice, simple and usable. In this diagram, we can see the cash flow pattern of a liability. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Let me give you an example. If you rent an apartment to a tenant and collect rent each month, then it is an asset. Asset provides you with cash flow each month. If you buy a car for yourself and pay the loan out of your pocket, then it's a liability. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy a car. I'm saying you shouldn't buy it with the money you work so hard to earn every month. Before we learn which money to use to buy luxuries that we love, let's learn a little more about assets. The rich focus on assets column while everyone else focus on their income and their expenses. You don't have to stop working and start buying assets. Work your 9-to-5 job and start buying assets in the meanwhile. For years, Robert was working for corporate companies such as Marine Corp and Xerox. He did what his rich dad recommended. He kept his day job, but he was also buying assets. He was active in his assets column, trading real estate and small stocks. Keep your expenses low, reduce liabilities, and start building a solid base of assets. Real assets fall into the following category: stocks, bonds, income-generating real estate, royalties from intellectual properties such as music, scripts, and patents, business that does not require your presence, but they are managed or run by other people. If you work there, it's not a business, it becomes your job. Most people think that investing in stock market, it's like betting on a horse race. Stocks are not dumb luck if you know what you are doing. Due to which, most people simply buy investments rather than first investing in learning about investing. Get good books on stocks and bonds. Watch videos or go to seminars on the topic to learn more on the subject. In 1973, Robert attended a 3-day seminar on how to buy real estate with zero down payment. He spent $385 for the course and it has made him at least $2 million, if not more. According to Robert, real estate is a powerful investment tool for anyone seeking financial independence or freedom. Most people think that after buying a property, you have to fix toilets. Robert does not fix toilets. After buying a property, he hands it over to a property manager who takes care of the toilet fixing and other needs. A great property manager will take care of your property and also recommend of other good investment opportunities, which makes them even more valuable. Pay your managers well because they will make you rich. Start collecting assets. When your expenses are covered by the cash generated by the assets you own, then and only then you will become wealthy. Now, you will no longer depend on your monthly salary. If you quit your job today, you should be able to cover your monthly expenses with the cash flow from your assets. Your next goal would be to have your excess cash from your assets reinvested in your assets column. The more money that goes into your asset column, the more your asset column grows. As this reinvestment process continues, you are well on your way to become rich. As your cash flow grows, you can treat yourself with some luxuries. A very important difference is that rich people buy luxuries last, while the poor and the middle class tend to buy luxuries first to look rich. They look rich, but in reality, they just get deeper on credit. The long-term rich build their asset column first and then use the income generated from the asset column to buy luxuries. Lesson number 2: the power of corporations. Rich Dad just played the game smart, and he did it through corporations, the biggest secret of the rich. Don't get intimidated by the term corporation. A corporation is simply a file folder with some legal documents in it, sitting in some attorney's office. It's not a big building or a factory or a group of people, it's just a file. The biggest advantage is that the income tax of a corporation is less than the individual income tax rates. In addition, certain expenses could be paid by a corporation with pre-tax dollars. You don't understand completely, right? Don't worry, let me explain. Corporation gets a huge tax advantage. As an employee, your salary is taxed first, and then you try to live with the money that is left. A corporation earns and spends anything it can, and then it is taxed on the leftover money. For example, if you own a corporation and earn money with your assets, you can spend the money before getting taxed. Spending meaning your vacation can be a board meeting in Thailand. Your car payment, insurance, repairs and health club memberships are company expenses. Even most restaurant meals are partial expenses, and on and on. You won't be taxed for the money you spend as mentioned above, but it's done legally with pre-tax dollars. It's one of the biggest legal tax loopholes that the rich use. Corporation is easy to set up and are not expensive if you own investments that are producing good cash flow. If you have enough assets in your assets column, find out how to start a corporation and use it to your advantage. This is the ultimate power of the filthy rich. The third and the last lesson is giving away money. But the video was supposed to teach you how to make money, right? Robert's rich dad gave lots of money away. He gave to churches, to charities and to his foundations. He knew that to receive money, you have to give money. Giving money is the secret of most wealthy families. There is a famous saying, give and you shall receive. If you want more money, you should give away money. It will come back in multiples. So practice giving away money. I remember Tony Robbins saying, if you cannot give away $10 when you have thousands, then how will you give away thousands when you get millions? So give money even if it's a very small amount. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Until next time, sayonara.